Welcome back, everybody, to the DWIG Podcast. And today, I have the one and only with me, the little brother.
Ben Grant, right? If you don't know, get to know. Yeah, and also like and subscribe to this channel because we're about to put in a performance today.
Ben's been hyping himself up for this for about a week anyway.
Yeah.
I've been saying to him, I said, Ben, there's no pressure, you know what I mean? It's not like RTE. We're not going to be seen by the masses. We're only going to be seen by people who want to watch.
The dedicated few.
Dedicated.
This one's for the supporters, though. Yeah, fuck the crowd. Yeah, this one's for the supporters only. The people that they like and comment. And yeah, sir. Let's get into this anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but I'm gonna give it a little introduction to Ben. So Ben is he's not just your everyday character. He's also one of the only brother I have that isn't a lorry driver. But Ben also makes his own YouTube content as well. It's mainly focused around fitness, well-being, and just crack, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the channel's gone a bit derelict at the minute, right? Whatever I was pursuing at the time. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Sponsored by Cars Light today.
Yeah, I'm on the Budweiser today. Here, cheers.
Cheers, bro. Happy second episode and all that.
Right, I have to take a swig of that now.
Go on, get it into you. Do you know what? Cars Light and toothpaste doesn't taste great together.
Oh, you don't say, really?
So, if you're wondering what this is on my head, yeah, it's a battle round. I was fighting sharks there at the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask you about that, actually.
Do you know what it was, right? I was valeting a car in here yesterday, and it was an Audi A3 saloon, and I don't know what it is about Audi A3 saloons. They have the sharpest door corners in the fucking known universe. Look at my arm, look. There's a bruise in there. I know you can't really see it because I'm surrounded by wires, but there is a bruise right there, a massive one. And then I was getting up.
You need to be beware of door corners and doors in general, man.
I should have put the helmet on over there. Do you know what I mean? When I'm doing these valets, because it's getting dangerous out there.
I've had my fair few encounters with doors as well. Remember
Ben's lost so many fingers to doors. It's actually unreal.
Yeah, right. This is the good thing about having me on the podcast because we've got some anecdotes now to dive into. I mean, I was getting onto something earlier on, but you know what, we'll save that for when it gets into the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? There's no time limit on this podcast, right?
No, we can go for as long as possible. And we're not paying any rent on this place, would you imagine that?
Time stamp to the 4-hour mark and I'll get back to what I was saying earlier. But, oh man, see, car doors, man, I can't look at them the same. And it's the reason why I've grown up with a chip on my shoulder to this day. The trust issues are at an all-time low.
Ben, I'd like to describe Ben as Ben. Don't take any. But
no, I need to explain to them what happened with the car door.
We'll get to that, right? But
right.
Ben is probably the clumsiest fucker I know. And would you attest to that? Would you agree with that statement?
I think I'm mad, like
dizzy.
No. What's the word I was going to use? I've got good locomotion, but sometimes, right, I just have some mad fuck up moments. Like, I did a backfold off a scaffold there during the week, right? Not purposely.
Only this week just got.
Yeah, not purposely, but like, yeah.
How's the body? Is that what that thing is on your wrist?
Yeah, do you know what? I think this isn't even a good representation of what actually went down when I fell off that fucking scaffold, because I thought I was gonna end up like
hospitalized.
Like fucking talking through a computer, like just absolute carrot cake. But the only damage is what happened to my wrist, right? Because more or less, right. This is going against the point I was trying to make entirely, because I think
we're gone to a completely different destination where we were going. We were talking about doors closing on your hands, and now we're talking about doing backflips off scaffolding and turning into what was your man's name in the wheelchair? Stephen Hawkins.
Yeah. No, but I genuinely thought that's how I was going to end up for about 0.23 milliseconds.
And how are you now? I'm
alright. Well, this is the only damage I sustained.
So I can't call you Casio now. You just you just had to be. But anyway, what was getting on to? What was I talking about, Ben? Oh yeah. So Ben, in my opinion now, I'm not just saying this because he's my brother and he's sitting beside me and he's got muscles and I don't. Ben is probably one of my favorite creators on the YouTube app. Ben is. I have to give it to you, bro. You're one of the most original people I've ever met in my entire life. And,
what can I say?
I'm not just doing it to blow smoke up here. So I tell you this every week as Ben, get back on YouTube. You belong there, man. That's your home. Like.
Yeah, and it's not an easy situation to be in, because like I'm aware of my ability when it comes to content creation and things like that. But the sort of point that I was trying to make earlier is that like I pay a lot of attention to these communities that are in America and the UK, especially when it comes to YouTube and things like that. Whereas in the UK, right, I pay attention to this group called Filthy Fellas. They're just they're just this
Group of chaps?
just London-based group of lads, and it's all like a big like. Obviously, they're good crack to watch and all that, but like when you look at
I've actually never watched them.
When you look sort of introspectively through that, it's like they have the same goal in mind where they want to be good content creators and they make good shows. It's like the Sidemen or TGF. These people, like it's like when I was doing it, it felt like such a solo, independent effort, and obviously I was achieving quite a lot very fast. Like the short time I was doing it.
Your channel blew up, like, because I remember I was plodding away at my videos and they were doing like all right. Like I thought, I don't know what I was at the time. I just kept going with it, and then Ben started making his videos, and his videos started popping off. But what's your biggest video? The electrician video.
Ironically enough, it's the fucking electrician video, and
how many views is it on now?
500k. You know what I mean?
They are now. Look.
I mean, like that's right. When you look at the bigger picture side of things, when it comes to like a video of 500k views, somebody who's a successful creator, like that's a run of the mill sort of amount of views you get in a video. But over here, it's like a fucking once in a lifetime. It's like I went to the moon or something like that. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah. I only ever had one video that done that. It was and it was only recently enough. It was only that European video that I did. And I like when you're making those kind of videos, like I'd call that viral. Like it's viral for Ireland, like, you know. Same with your one. It's viral enough for over here.
Last year, right, I used to go around telling mainly the girls,
the girls.
just as soon as me go-to chat up line whenever, you know, things weren't coming to me. I was the most popular YouTuber in Ireland last year. And that's not even regarding whoever else is.
Isn't it mad to think though that two young lads from the same house, like collectively have like well over 1 million views, like a couple of million views we have between the two of us, like.
Yeah, I mean it's
what
mad when you put it like that. But
what made you? Sorry, I don't mean to be cutting across you. What made you want to start YouTube?
Oh, it's more like reasons not to start YouTube. I think it's just something that comes more.
No, but what made you? No, what made you start YouTube? What did you think? Like, I'm just gonna start. Well, actually, I have so much to cover here because me and Ben actually used to make YouTube videos when we were really young. Do you remember Call of Duty videos now we used to make? Yeah. Well, you used to make your own ones. I used to make skating videos years ago.
I mean, you can find a million other podcasts where they talk about the law of attraction, but more or less that's what it's about, and it's just kind of we just sort of something that manifested for years, man. It's like it feels like a deeply rooted thing.
It's like I almost feel like, and a lot of people will think this is weird because they think they just watch my videos or whatever, and I just make truck videos, and that's where it all started. It wasn't at all. Like me and him started on YouTube from a very, very young age, and it was like, I don't know, YouTube was like kind of like our friend growing up, wasn't it? It was like this thing that you grew up with.
It's what I based my whole temperament around, my whole personality. You know what I mean? The person who I am right now, because I never wanted to be like anybody that I knew. I still don't know.
No. Did you ever fail?
I think everybody's just so uninspiring around here. Everybody.
Do you know, like, I tell you what it is. It's like, did you ever feel like you fitted in? So me and Ben, right, I'll give you a brief backstory. We moved around a bit when we were kids. You only moved really once, but I kind of moved a couple of times. Like, but we moved around a lot as kids. So we moved to Drogheda, which is his Mounties would know us from or whatever. And when I moved there, did you feel like you fitted in?
No, like fitting in. It's like it's a bit of a foreign concept to me, really. And if I get along with people, like I've got 70 million acquaintances. I've got one friend, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then obviously that's not even considering you. You're my brother. Like,
yeah.
But, I was explaining to somebody earlier on, I was talking to them, and you know, get to this whole chat, you know, typical small talk. Oh, yeah, out this and that.
Yeah.
And then they're asking me, and somehow the conversation sort of spiraled down to me talking about my social circle. It's my social circle. I was like, Ian's my best mate.
Yeah.
Then I've my other mate Adam, but everybody else, like, I'm friendly with fucking countless people. Whether it's in Drogheda, it could be anywhere random. I'm friends with people in Finland. Yeah. Friends with people from Nottingham. But
and
it's
Canada,
like it's like
you've done a stint in Canada for a while.
But like when you talk about fitting in, it's like, nah, of course I don't fit in. But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, no, I suppose the short answer is like, no, not really.
Never felt like, I was the same. When I moved to where I was, a lot of my friends when I moved to Drogheda were all, none of them were actually from Drogheda. It turned out like literally none of them were. Maybe one or two of them were, but most of them were ex-dubs. And even then now, like I still haven't seen any of them friends in years. Like not really. Like I'd chat to them, whatever, and I'd still be friendly with everybody. I don't fall out with people, like, you know. But
talking about our journey through YouTube and all that, and I wanted to actually make this point on this podcast because obviously your viewers are going to be the ones paying attention to this immediately.
Yeah.
But they're going to see a different side of you through this episode of the podcast, and maybe just entirely through the sequence this podcast takes in the future.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more to you than just trucks and things like that. Because if that's all you were into, me and you wouldn't get along in the slightest.
So there's a lot of in fairness to me, you, and our other brother Shane, we have a lot of strings to our bow, don't we? Like there's a lot of it's not just what you see; there's everything else underneath. Like so, Ben is he's nothing to do with it. He's actually funny enough. You remember you went down the route of going to get your license that time?
Yeah, and I don't know.
You passed your theory test, didn't you?
It was as destiny had it. I failed the CPC now. So
is that what you failed? Was it
the crowd won't be too pleased with me on that one? I'm
sure. Everyone's going to say, "How did you fail the CPC? How did you fail the CPC?"
People have given me DMs like giving me advice about it. I'm like, "You're 5 years too late." You know?
Ben has about as much interest in lorries as I do in football, and that's been about the height of it, isn't it? Really, like same interest. Like it's gas.
I fucking love football, though. So if anybody wants to come and talk about football with me, you're very welcome.
On paper, me and you shouldn't be friends at all, even though we were born in the same womb, as they say. Do you know what I mean?
But I think.
But you know what I mean? Ben's mad into his soccer.
I think it's just the way we sort of get along is more or less the way we sort of interpret things and the way we think about shit generally, and like that's usually what our conversations are centered around, just what we think about certain things and
we spend
certain environments, certain communities, and
we spend a lot of time just even me and you just talking about the science behind the internet. Really, it's a lot of what we talk about, isn't it? It's like we just talk, like for years, like all we ever wanted was to just do YouTube and be on YouTube videos and study the algorithm. Not even study the algorithm. I say it like we're delving into it like mad. We're not. We just love YouTube, don't we?
No, I can't. I'm anti-algorithm, anti all that, because do you know the way obviously you're desperate when you start YouTube and you're just like, how am I going to get any traction on this? And
yeah, I remember putting out the first video. Like, I'm like, how do I get anyone to click on this? Like
you look up on YouTube, you know. Oh, how do I get more views or more subscribers? And they talk, study the algorithm, fucking do these video ideas that everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Why would you do that, man? This is why I don't watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Because everybody's doing the algorithm thing.
No,
and I can't stand it, man. I just like people that are unique and themselves and shameless about it and pretty bold.
But isn't it mad that people that do that now on YouTube, like, so there's a lot of people, say maybe the YouTube era 5 years ago, where people were algorithm jumping, they were jumping on trends and stuff like that, and now like people just do what they're into and they get millions of hits.
In fairness, right, when I was doing the YouTube videos and things like that, that's what I was doing. I was algorithm chasing, and that's why I stopped, because obviously I was doing all right, but it was something so fucking arbitrary about it, and it's just like, man, this fucking feels shit. Like this is crap. Like having to force up video ideas in your head, you're forcing up thumbnails and just thinking, oh man, what will people click on? And I think that's what just drove me out of it.
Yeah,
in the
you
end,
kind of got overwhelmed by it, did you?
What I cared about when I was making the videos is I want people to really gravitate to who I am as a person. That's what, like, I'd come up with these video ideas, more or less, but the video would not be about the idea. It would be about how I interpret it. And that's why, like, in fairness, right, and I'm just being, like, honest about it, it's just, like, the people in my comments, you know what I mean? The sort of comments that were left to me videos, and they reflected exactly that, like, the sort of idea that I had.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what was the idea?
Just to, like, just for me as a person, because I like, my whole goal with that, and this is the way I chased it, was like, I want to be the most famous person on the planet. Like that was my whole drive.
So you're manifesting just growing it and getting as big as possible.
Yeah, so that was the ultimate goal, and it still is, like, the sort of goal that I have. I really want to be an impactful person. I really want to influence how people think and just be a positive influence, because I can be overly critical about the way people are. I just think things should be different, you know.
I totally agree with your outcome. It's the same with me. Like there's 1,000,001 people making videos about things that I make videos on, but there's no one doing it in a positive way and taking the positive out of it instead of just focusing on the negative. Now, there's a lot of negative in the world these days, like especially like what's gone on over the past couple of years. There's a lot of people dwelling on negativity, and I just try and look at it and be as honest as possible and do it the way that I do it myself. Like behind the camera, in front of the camera, I'm the same person off the camera as I am on the camera. Now, sometimes it can be a bit narky now off the camera when I'm tired and stuff like that, but my videos portray who I am.
We've just gotten straight into it, haven't we?
Yeah, but sure, that's the whole point of it.
I want to address the whole setup here, man. We've got the...
Yeah. What do you think of the place?
How often do you watch podcasts and people have got fucking wicked MC, on the mic MC type of microphones? Here, producer Port Leash, go on, get the camera over here. I can stand over here and freestyle over here if I want to.
Get the shot of him over in Abbey Leaks there, will it? He's over there, right?
Come on, man. We need the investment funding. This isn't even see the word
investment
podcast.
funding, man. I've invested so much into this. I don't even want to think about it now at this stage.
But no, see the way.
Apart from that dresser, I didn't invest in that. Our mother, you know, when I was on holidays there, they just dropped that up there and said I wanted it, even though I didn't want it. So now this dresser here is mine. So I dickied her up. I put the television on top of her.
Oh man, I can only see positives of this situation because, you know what I mean, this will probably have a lot of
ghosts in it or something.
Not ghosts. It'll be I don't know, a vital part of the podcast. It'll be like a little fucking quirky side of the setup.
The reason, like, I changed the podcast setup here today because usually I'd put, like, the way I wanted to do it was people who were coming on to be a guest or whatever, I wanted to put their car here and I wanted us to sit over there and the car to be behind us. But you're not into your cars really, are you?
Nah, I'm into taste.
What do you drive? So, sorry for the people who don't.
Yeah, I suppose we should address the stuff for the sort of audience that'll be watching this. I just drive a Ford Focus. It's the ST line version. It's not got the whole, you know.
She's high spec though. She's high spec. She's nice.
Hasn't got like the fucking engine side of things, you know, ultimate spec. It's just like a normal Ford Focus, but with the nicer body kit or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
grand car. It's absolutely fantastic car.
It's a tasteful car. You know,
she's literally, if someone described to you over the telephone, a lovely little car, not even little, a lovely, decent sized car to get you around comfortably, with all the bells and whistles, air conditioning, CarPlay, cruise control, doesn't it?
Unfortunately not now.
No.
Whoever suggested the modification, whoever suggested the modification thing, yeah. Let me know if you can hook me up with some cruise control stuff. I don't even know what it does.
I got that question. I was like, does he not know that Ben has no interest in cars at all?
I don't think anybody from your audience will have any clue about what I'm about at all. I don't think. Like, they probably look at you and like, you know, the way people will just assume like, if it's his brother, he'll be similar enough to him, like, in that respect.
We're actually totally different, believe it or not. We actually are really totally different.
But
we're the same. We think the same. We look the same, kind of talk the same. We're wearing the same clothes. This wasn't planned, by the way. He just rocked up there a second ago in black t-shirt and black shorts, and I'm in a black t-shirt and black shorts.
I was actually supposed to plan it the other way. I was supposed to wear the DWIG hoodie, you know, just be in uniform.
Yeah, all my DWIG hoodies are. I don't know where they are now at this stage. They're half of them are in the wash, and then I'm trying to order. Bro, do you know how hard it is to try and order merch? Bro. Right, guys, yeah? I know a lot of you have been hounding me for hoodies and jumpers and t-shirts.
You have to deal with, like, Chinese manufacturers.
No, man, nothing to do with that. Local people. I'm trying to give my business to local people. Do you know how hard it is for people to come back to you and try and get stuff, like, you know? It's impossible. And
that's just the whole temperament with this country anyway. That's the way people are.
People don't give a shit, man.
People aren't serious. Over here, really, are they?
No, really aren't. Like, if someone actually gave a fuck about what they did, it'd be great over here, like, Jamie. But no one does. But anyway, long story short, I'm actually trying to get stuff, but people just don't want to do it. Like, I messaged. So remember the crowd I got remember I gave you the grey hoodie, they're the ones I wanted to get because can you vouch for them?
Oh, I can vouch. Like,
yeah,
it's not even because if it was shit, I wouldn't wear it, man. Honestly, but it's fucking deadly, and
it's like workwear, and like you've had that now for what? Like, over 6 months. Washed it probably a million times. No bobbles on it.
I'd be wearing it out sometimes, and I can see people just raging. They're like, oh, he knows a cooler brand that I don't even know about. And
is that Loyland, bro?
Fucking Pata.
Is that Loyland Scott? Is it?
But yeah, no. Do you know what? Like, I see the way I look into the things that you're doing, like obviously that merch side of things, and this podcast, and it's
Yeah.
like, do you know what, I want to buy into that. Like seriously, obviously I've not got many resources, but if I did,
But
like,
it doesn't take a lot to do it.
like not even DWIG, like those DWIG hoodies, I was sort of just deep in it there. One of the days that I actually really didn't want to use that word deep in it right there. I was trying to think of other words to say. I thought of one,
You
that
were
I said it anyway.
deep in it? That's what she said. She was deep in it.
But no, like,
Sorry, that was dirty. I didn't mean to go there.
I just think it could be a clothing brand.
What, Twig?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could too, man. And I think the way I wanted to do it, I know there's a lot of people doing merch and clothes and good quality stuff these days. But genuinely, I think DWIG is a brand in itself, and like it's not just about me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's about, I don't know. I just think it's just a really, really interesting product, and it will.
I wanted to buy into this podcast as well, but change it from being a podcast, because see, obviously
I
it is what
actually
it
hate
is.
the word podcast, man. It drives me mad.
Do you
It actually
want
drives me
to know
insane.
what I think about it, right? Obviously, it gets thrown around that much that it's like the word podcast. It's lost its substance.
Yeah, man, it doesn't
This is
mean
a-
that anymore. That's what it drives me mad.
This is a show right here. This is a
This
show.
is, man, this is like, I know, and this is. It sounds like we're blowing smoke up my own arse here, right? But name me,
If it comes across like that, but-
name me one other creator. Yeah, like I'm not shitting on anybody, by the way. I'm not trying to do that at all. But name one creator that's under the age of 30 that has built his purpose-built studio for a podcast. No one, bro. In their own backyard, their own house, like not their mom's house, their own house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what, as
Sorry, I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one. Sorry, I don't mean to be rubbing people up the wrong way, but I do give myself a pat on the back for that one.
And you know what, like, I have to say, right, because so far, like the way this channel sort of started right now, it's got the family channel vibes, the wholesome family channel.
Yeah,
vibes.
man,
You
it
had
is
Sienna,
wholesome. It's
You're
it's
getting the
wholesome.
family channel bag, but I know as a brother, I have to say I'm proud of you
Ah, thanks, man.
because of
Yeah.
what you've done. Like, it's not even just the fact that you bought a house; you have the like the other things you have put up here. Like this shed is unreal, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's deadly, man. Thanks very
Something
much.
people talk about for decades and decades, and you've just fucking steamrolled
Yeah.
through getting the mortgage, getting the house moved in,
Just
and
do things, man.
setting things up, like in the sort of environment we're in, where all people can talk about is the fucking struggle of it, the
Yeah.
crisis of it, where you don't see anybody getting it done.
No one's doing it. And that's not just and Ben's not saying that to shit on anybody at all. And it's not as if there isn't a struggle. There is, but like, if you want it bad enough, you'll go and do it, and you'll go and get it. And that's another thing that me and you talk about a lot, is that there's a lot of people our age with a serious lack of ambition, and not even just ambition, a serious lack of dreams, in my opinion. Like, there's, like, everyone I went to school with and grew up with, like, not everyone, about 50% of those people don't even have their driving license yet, man.
Yeah, no, that's a common.
And
thing.
I think like that's the first thing you should get, man, as an adult leaving school.
And
No,
I come across very. Like, I wanted to open this podcast and say, "Do you know what, I hope people get the wrong impersonation, because that way they won't think I'm an arsehole."
Yeah, I don't. We don't mean
but
to
like,
be. We're just.
But like, when it comes to a driving license, right? I hear people, especially when COVID was going on.
Sorry, bro. You're talking to the top of there. That's
Oh,
the job.
sorry. Fucking hell, I'm gonna have to restart the whole thing now.
Right. That's it. We'll go back and scrap it. No, I'm working on the headphone situation. It'll be started next week.
This channel, when you click on this channel now, it's just gonna say this channel doesn't exist.
No,
Just
this
delete the whole
channel,
now.
we're winging it. Literally, I've got 2 sets of wings on my body.
But yeah, remember, like, obviously the whole COVID saga was happening, and
You
I'm 20.
You didn't just drop the C word, bro. Sick of talking about.
No, but like, the sort of people in my age group, I'm going 22 now, basically, but going through that, people were giving out, oh, I can't even book my theory test, can't even fucking, it's like, you should have had that done 4 years ago.
Yeah, man, get your
know?
shit together, lads. Like, you know what I mean?
And I remember sort of stating, just like, if, something, I can't remember what I said, but it was something to do with if you're over the age of 20 giving out about your theory test, like, I was like, just fucking, it's your own fault, like.
Like, how much is the theory test? 60 quid or something? Get it done, man. Do you know what I mean? 16 years of age, 17 years of age, get your theory test done. Don't even delay it. Because I tell you why, like, if you, and now this is just one subject about theory tests, but like, if you put it on the long finger, it seems impossible. But if you just get up and do it, and just get it done, nothing's impossible. I swear to God, like, I use that as my own motivation anyway. Like if you just like don't say you can't do it, just see how you can do it. And like money is always a struggle with anybody. With me now sitting here, I look like I'm living a great life. I have my own house, whatever. I got a new van, I've this shed or whatever, blah blah blah. But like I've like 500 quid in my bank account. I don't have any. Like all my money goes into everything I do. Like, do you know what I mean?
I can't believe, like, even like the way you and Sienna talk about your the situation in your bank account. Sometimes I'm just like, how is this whole lifestyle functioning right now?
Yeah, I know. Like, but like I'm running on fumes at the best of times, most times. But that's not saying that I'm living uncomfortably. I'm not. But it's sometimes you need to put yourself under a bit of pressure to get anything done. Like, you know what I mean? So this shed, like, you know, Ben was here during this whole situation. When I was building the shed, I hadn't the money to build a shed. Like, I had to bust my ass. And
yeah, just sell yourself short and then see what you're really made of
yeah,
after that. You know, so
work, man. Like, and just get up and do it. Like, and I know that sounds like I'm sound like David Goggins or something like that. But I'm
well,
genuinely saying it. Like, if you want it, you can do it. Like, there's no.
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Like, I spent most of this week just dragging me heels about.
Yeah.
But no, but
But there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that sometimes, man. But if you, I'm a big believer.
Think like you're still in your 20s and I'm in my 20s as well. Like, your 20s aren't straightforward like that. You know,
No, it's straight. And I
you have to
suppose
you have to remember, like, the world's ruled by fucking decrepit old fuckers that have trillions upon billions. Like,
yeah.
you know, so away. Do you think they spare a thought for people our age? Like,
but they don't, because, man, they were our age once, and they, like, you know, I'd like to believe that 50% of those, like, trillionaires, whatever, weren't born into it. Obviously, some of them were. Do you know what I mean? If that's family, like, you know, the way I was born into a lorry family, you know, I didn't have to drive lorries. You could have drove lorries, but you didn't. It's just all about your life and the choices you make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if you don't put yourself under even a little bit of pressure, you just get comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I suppose, yeah, in contrast to what the setup you have going on here, obviously you and Sienna, you have been together for a while. I think
10 years.
and even as well with the flies are on an absolute mental one now.
The flies around here all have made jerseys and all, like, on them. They'd be all right. It's crack kid. They're not from Cork.
But it's funny because I think we can sort of base a lot of the fucking substance of this podcast right now contrasting the way our lives are.
Yeah.
Because you drive lorries,
Yeah.
obviously the whole family heritage, that's what it's about, like, driving lorries. I don't do that.
No.
But
still, I didn't
yourself and our eldest brother, Shane,
Yeah.
have been in...
Shane's coming on the podcast as well at some stage when he gets a bit of time.
Serious relationships. Serious, like, families being started, the whole shebang. You own animals upon animals.
Bro, it's like a zoo out here. Yeah,
But,
we've got 1 horse, 7 donkeys, 7 cattle.
But on my side of things, like, I'm not. I won't settle down like that. I'm not doing the whole truck driving thing.
Ben's got, of everyone I know, he has the least amount of responsibility I've ever seen.
Yeah, I just refuse it, really.
I'm jealous sometimes.
I think it's maybe like it was just the sort of influence I had growing up. Obviously, you know, we touched on it earlier. I've watched a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's getting back to that point a little bit.
What age are you right now, just for people who are watching?
22 next month, so
22 next month. So
it's a good idea. It's
really
a good rough idea for the people that are listening. If you're watching this in 4 years' time, I'm going to be 43.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm going on to put myself under that much pressure sometimes. But
yeah, no, it's not. It's I yeah. I mean, the responsibilities like that of having a relationship. I mean, difficulties.
I hope you're keeping producer part leash there.
I hope you're keeping some of that in though, because I think we said a good bit there.
Yeah, I know.
This is gonna be on Spotify and all that as well.
Sure. Well, if Spotify played ball, yeah. They will.
Or Apple Podcasts or anything like that. Anyway.
Oh, it'll be on all them, yeah.
Yeah. So it won't be a huge deal for...
No, for audio listeners, it won't make a difference. But like for video listeners, the camera just jolted off. Ben, can you keep an eye on that? Because I can't actually see that.
Right.
That turns if it does
yeah.
that. Sorry, technical difficulties.
Nonetheless, right, what we were touching on there a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, Love Island, yeah.
Love Island. Yeah, no, here. Do you know the way, right? Okay, here's, insider exclusive, right? And I'm 100% no bullshit here. Do you know the way people go onto that, and obviously last intention is to actually fucking find someone that they're going to stick around with.
Obviously, everyone wants to go on there for clout, like.
If I go on there, I'm going on there to find the soulmate. I'm about, right, see, as a single person, there's probably people out there that you fancy, right?
Yeah.
Desirable people.
There's women out there that you'd like to get
That's
to know.
where the desire is. But if that becomes unattainable, the attainable, right? The ones that are
That you
attainable
can get?
become desirable.
Or that she can get you.
They
Become desirable.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I mean, it's probably not the worst situation to be in, but like it kind of just felt like that.
I tell you,
I don't really think we should be touching on that.
I'll give you a proverb. How about this, right? Because I'm in the game a long time. I've been out of the game a long time. The way I look at it is that don't judge a book by its cover would be my first thing to say, and happiness lies in the darkest days. If it sounds like I'm about to start working for fucking PA House here or something.
Happiness is to be found in the darkest days. No,
Yeah.
I believe that. No, of course.
Sorry, I have no idea. I just talking shit.
No.
If I could give you any advice about women, but I've told you this before.
No, look, it's things include the ups and downs, obviously. And
You never know, man. You could get someone from this podcast that might say, I find that man shocking attractive.
Stay away from me. Yeah, if you're considering sliding into DMs from this podcast, you're better off staying away from me. Honestly.
Yeah, slide into bed. What's your
It's not gonna work out.
what's your Instagram at, just in case people want to do follow you?
Ben Grant 10.
Ben Grant 10 on
Yeah.
Instagram.
If you wanna
And
follow me,
what's
yeah.
your YouTube name again? It's just Ben Grant, isn't
Just
it?
Ben Grant, yeah.
So Google Ben Grant there. Stock's going up in the Grand Clan, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. People are going to think we're going to be trying to be the next Tate brothers or the next Paul brothers. They should know, man. We've been going for a lot longer before the Paul brothers. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Those Tate brothers. I mean, to be fair, they're kind of they've just spawned out of nowhere, more or less. But
Man,
they've spawned
those lads.
They just spawned with memories.
I remember about 6 months ago, man. And this is back when I had TikTok. I deleted TikTok because it just makes me brain itch. I can't deal with TikTok anymore. But I remember about 6 months ago, man. It was one day. My never seen Andrew Tate for my life. Next day, flooded with Andrew Tate. I was like, who is this? God, I'm shy. First things first. And now I started watching him then after a while, and a lot of what he says is arse. It is absolute cheeks.
No,
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's get it straight, right? Do you ever hear the term incel? No.
No.
Basically, it's these
Something to do with batteries, is it?
No, it's these people that like that are on the internet, like, you know, and they can't get women, and so they're called incels, involuntarily celibate. You know.
So that sounds like
And
hang,
they're
just don't mean to interrupt
they're
you.
the
That
people
sounds
that listen to them.
I know exactly who them people are. So they're them people that comment on good looking or like women's posts on Instagram,
Yeah, just
YouTube,
say
and just say
horrible
you got these massive lip fillers and you got all this fake plastic surgery, you're ugly. All those kind of
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them incels, I call them arseholes. There's loads of them out there as well.
Yeah.
I actually
But they're the people that listen to Andrew Tate, and they try.
I've actually got
There's a lot of uproar about him. Obviously, there's constant uproar about him. But see, like, there's certain people that are targeting him, and they're trying to get him brought down. And like, it would be these sort
a lot
of
of
pages.
women.
It'd be
A lot of
like
women want them down.
people. There's like these.
Don't blame them, to be
gay,
honest.
like there's this gay fella on Twitter. Obviously, that was like basically talking from personal experience. He had a bad encounter with him, like through DMs or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all these Andrew Tate fans, right? And what makes me cringe the most is that they're typing, right? And I've listened to enough of Andrew Tate to know that they're trying to just like type the way he talks.
Yeah.
And it's just like he's not a good influence, man.
No, man.
He's a terrible influence.
But
And
see, the thing is, like,
And people
do
are
you,
like,
do you
"Oh, yeah,
think he
this is what we
cares what he thinks? He knows what he's doing, man. He's a better Jake Paul. He really is. Like, Jake Paul is thick as a pile of stones, right? But Andrew Tate isn't thick as a pile of stones. Do I actually really think he means everything he says? No, absolutely not. I think he's full of shit like everybody
Yeah,
else
of
on the
course.
internet. But I think that he's doing it. He wants to make a few bob. Do you know what I mean? And he'll do it. Oh, he'll make a few bob. But like, what?
But like after witnessing that and the sort of like rotten way people are behaving, like after being influenced by someone like him,
Pure
like,
aggressive, man.
and these people are tasteless as well. The OGs would know. Kevin Samuels back in the day was fucking way cooler. He was a bit like that, but he wasn't so. Because Andrew Tate says fucking ridiculous shit, man. He says stuff like women are.
But
like,
man,
they
that's
need
what
to
I
be
mean. It
fucking
doesn't
owned and all
matter.
this.
He's literally throwing
And,
shit at
do you
the
know-
wall, and whatever sticks. Do you know what I mean? So like, and
I don't think. I think he does believe his bullshit. He does.
do you think so?
Of course he does.
I don't
yeah.
think. I think behind it all, man, he's a human
And
like us all.
he backs this sort of the way he thinks about girls, like, oh, they should be owned and all this, like
He's
as
got
if
a bit
like
of a-
Genghis Khan was the beginning of time, like because he's like, oh, all the fucking old school historical leaders, like, this is the way they treated women. They went and fucking pillaged and raped loads of women. This is how the relationship between a man and a woman is supposed to be, like, out of what?
Is that what he said?
Probably like 0.5% of history, like.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's what he says. That's why that's why
bad.
women
That's
are
bad form. That's bad
Yeah.
form
and that's why he's such a terrible influence on these fucking
on these
people,
kids.
people
Yeah,
that are like,
they're kids, like,
incels.
and then ugly alphas.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's who his audience is. And
But yeah, no, the point though.
some things he says though. Some things he says. They do. He said that
I
thing.
couldn't give a shit about what he said, and
No,
people
he
think it's
doesn't.
right.
No, I don't.
I don't care.
He said one thing once. I'm sure everyone would
I
have
don't buy
seen this
into it
clip.
in the slightest.
No, I don't buy into it at all. But he said something about like, a woman was all about her career and stuff like that, blah 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, but your career means nothing to you when you're surrounded by like really expensive handbags and no family there. And my grandmother was surrounded by about 50 of us, whatever.
I've
Now
heard
first,
that point being made countless times.
yes, but I'll
And
tell you,
women are gonna
first
be
of
the
all,
way they are.
his grandmother must have been fierce busy.
Yeah.
Fierce busy.
That's the way grandmothers were though back
Yeah.
in the day.
But it's like, man, do you know what, actually, I don't want to waste my breath on that cunt anymore because he does.
But no, that's what I was trying to say, that like, people think, those two, they're brothers, and they think they can make content. They think they're fucking Tate or the Paul brothers, man. It's actually so. If I don't know, maybe people aren't thinking of it
The
that
Paul
way,
brothers
but
are pure by fluke, and like I actually like seeing Logan get pure humbled when that Forest video hit, because he needed to be put down a savage few pegs after that. And look at him now, man. He's a brilliant content creator. He is who he is. Like he's
reverting a little bit though. I kind of find him a bit detestable here and there. TV's just decided to fucking.
Don't worry, we're still in the room.
Where's producer Part Leash when you need him?
Producer Part Leash is after gone away.
Moment.
Actually, Ben. We're gonna get your videos up here, right? We're gonna get Ben's videos on in the background.
Oh, that's a show actually.
Sorry, I should have thought about this at the start, man. I'm gonna get better. Producer Part Leash, you want to get your shite together? Get yourself out rat down there and get fucking down here with it. Ben Grant. The Wi-Fi signal out here in the shed isn't marvellous because we're about 100 yards away from the house, but it actually works perfectly. There it is, look at that.
Isn't that a sight to behold? 6.5k subs.
We go on as if we have 1 million subs. I'm going to put on...
I think maybe put on... Hold on, go on to videos.
Nah, bro, I'm going to pick...
The walking
this is
one.
my show. I can pick whatever I want, right?
The running one's really good, actually, for visuals.
Visuals? What's going on? Oh, yeah, sorry, the signal's terrible. Bear with us, listeners. Producer Part Leash want to get your fucking shite together.
Do you know, towards the end of my tenure, I was making the wrong sort of content. Like, when I was trying to do the healthy eating, fucking bulking content. When I was doing just random videos, like the walking video and the saving video.
I love that video, man. If you haven't checked that video out, check out Ben's video on what's it called again? Way to wake up at 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah, what you should do early morning walking or something.
Brilliant video. I watched that about 15 times, man. It's a brilliant video. It's absolutely fantastic. And you're my brother, like, and I actually watch every single bit of content you make. Where's the there it is, bruh. Sorry, bear with us. We have to watch some bullshit betting ads.
Yeah.
We don't agree with this.
Oh yeah.
Don't ever bet your money, kids. It's all a waste of money.
I can't state this enough. Like, share, subscribe. You know.
Comment. Like,
Because,
no, you ever see James May making those videos?
Yeah, comment.
No,
Defo comment.
like, comment, subscribe. After the end of every sentence.
Yeah.
Right, so that it looks like it's filmed on an Etch a Sketch right now, but that's due to poor signal, nothing to do with the Ben's video. It's actually a very good video. You should give it a watch. I'll try and link it in the description if I remember.
Yeah, look, it's up and running there properly now.
But what else do we want to talk about?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
So anyway, how was
let's just talk about right how things are going generally. So what's
yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. How was your week so far? It's Sunday today.
This week, well, do you know what? I'm starting to come around a bit more, right? Because the first 6 months of this year, I was up in Donegal because, do you know what? If there's people coming if there's traffic coming to this video from my channel, they'd obviously know me from the electrician stuff. So I might as well touch on that a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And an update on that is like I was doing phase 2. Look, if you know,
Ben's
you
an
know.
apprentice electrician.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Right? Don't be asking me silly questions. But yeah, I was up there for 6 months in college, and it was depressing. Fucking seriously depressing. It was shit.
So how did you get on up there? So where were you staying?
I was in a place called Guida, and I don't know. I feel like so many
For a
people,
frame of reference,
so many
it's
people are
in-
unfamiliar. No, so many people are unfamiliar with where that place is.
Is it in the middle of nowhere?
It's if you ever heard of the World Atlantic Way, it's like the fucking very start of it, and
Is it in the middle of nowhere?
yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
And what's there like? What do you do when you go there?
There's nothing to do there. That's the reason why it's shit. That's why it was crap.
So Ben was sent off for 6 months to do your. It's called placement. Is that what it's called?
No, tech phase 2.
Doing theory in his apprentice electrician tenure course, whatever. And for some reason in Ireland, they just send you to these completely random. They don't send you to around near where you live, like to the college that would be fierce handy. Like they send you off to, like Ben just says from Meath, right? They send them to like Kerry, the furthest. You couldn't get any further away. Donegal, is there a place?
Cavan, Athlone.
Cavan's not too far away. Cavan, you drive up and down there every day, but you wouldn't want to, but you would like.
Athlone.
Sligo as well, is
Tralee.
that? Tralee, yeah, that's what I mean, Kerry, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get.
No, there's a few hot spots that you can get sent to, but no, I didn't. I
Waterford as well,
probably got one of the worst spots.
Yeah, so
I think Trelee's, I don't know, maybe not Tralee, I don't know. But I think Guido's up there for one of the worst spots.
it was shy anyway. What we're getting to.
Yeah, and it was a long period of the year. It was like 5 or 6 months.
How is what? I'm gonna just. What is life like as an apprentice? Is it shit?
No. If you're in need of that sort of attitude change that an apprenticeship has, you know, that sort of way. Like, because before I started it,
You need to learn a craft from start to finish. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Well, before I started my apprenticeship, I was in pretty a rough patch because I didn't know what I was doing.
Sure, no one does. So
Like, I was just
we'll
clueless
take a
as to what I
step
was
back.
doing.
We'll go for context, right? So Ben left school, went to college for a bit.
Yeah, just
Flew
fucking
college.
tried and failed.
Yeah,
load of shit.
Didn't like. Where'd you go? DKIT, was it?
DQIT. That's where I went to.
Didn't pan out too well. Didn't like the whole system there. Weren't into it. Got a couple of jobs. Didn't like them.
Yeah, shit jobs.
Yeah,
Like,
working in petrol stations.
night shifts in an Apple Green, like.
Yeah.
And where else? Call centres.
Oh, you were
Snap.
working in the trail call as well.
Yeah, I was working
Ben
in
started
Trelfall.
out as he wanted to be.
Up
Remember, you were
in Clondalkin.
Clondalkin. He was going to be a fitter. He was fitting tail lifts and stuff like that to trucks.
Not much else needs to be said. If you know Clondalkin in particular direction.
So Ben was in Clondalkin. If anyone knows where Clondalkin is, Ben was working as a fitter in Clondalkin.
yeah, lovely place.
Lovely place, fantastic,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
It's class.
Sorry. So how long did you last as a fitter?
In Trailco, I think what was it, like 2 or 3 months. That was before I went to college. That was, like, it was that bad.
Shout out to your
well.
boss though. It sound wasn't he?
Yeah, he was sound. Yeah, but that job was that bad. That's like it kind of forced me to take the college thing.
It was real dirty work.
Yeah, because if you know, like mum and dad, they don't let you just fucking coast about. They force you to.
Nah,
work.
our mother and father would never let you sit idle. They'd never let you sit there and do nothing.
And like,
Sorry.
if that's what I wanted to do, I could have easily wanted to sit idle, but with mum and dad in your case, you just can't. It's just impossible. Like,
But are they wrong for doing
no,
that?
of course not.
No.
Like, I wouldn't be who I am right now.
Without a bit of push. You need to be pushed, man, by someone. If it's not yourself, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then you left the fitting. Did you go straight into apprenticeship?
College. And then after that, it was like call centre, fucking, and then I was floating about. And then I started
you
the
worked in
apprenticeship.
Sienna's house, didn't you?
Yeah.
For like a week or
I
something.
walked out of that.
Yeah.
I had a habit of walking out of.
Not Sienna's house. Sienna does something completely different, but it was in the place she works.
I had a habit of just walking out on jobs.
Yeah.
It was entitled. It was.
Do you
it was
think
power-
you get
empowering
that?
though? I liked it.
Do you think you get that from our dad? Because he's self-employed.
I kind of just associated it with myself, really.
Yeah. Don't like being told what to do, really.
Yeah, I just knew.
I
I
know,
was like,
I know them fields.
I just can't put up with this bullshit. What managers of shitty jobs expect of you? Like, come on, like.
Like,
I mean,
like 100% agree with you, man. If you're getting paid like 400 quid a week to do the world's worst job. Like, and it's like sometimes you weren't even getting.
But an
400 quid a
apprenticeship
week.
isn't like that at all. It's about what you put into it and what you're capable of. You know, that sort of way.
Apprenticeship is like earn and learn is the easiest way to put it in it. Like, it's
Yeah.
you earn crap money at the start, but that's to humble you so you know where you came from.
I kind of put it into these sort of tiers. Like, it's like, so think of, like, I don't know what way to describe these jobs, but it's like, say military's at the top, police second, then there's like apprenticeships and things like that. Like, it's like
teaches you discipline, like kind of thing.
It's like third tier from military or being in the fucking firefighting or whatever.
Sorry about the TV wants to turn off. That's a young man there now. How long ago was that?
Yeah, I definitely got a better trim since then. I'd like to think.
You've some man on you now, boy.
Yeah, I was doing the whole buzz cut thing for a while, and obviously because everybody else had it, I was like, John, it might be time for me to get a real haircut.
That was the COVID haircut. That was.
Yeah, I was cutting my own hair.
Yeah, and I remember Sienna cut your hair once, didn't she?
Yeah, Sienna, she's cut my hair like once or twice.
Sienna's got some
in the
strings
span
to her
of
bows too.
about 6 years.
So yeah. Anyway, you went through the apprenticeship anyway, and how long are you in the apprenticeship now?
I'm going into my third year this month. Oh no, into my fourth year. Sorry.
So what was the pay intervals like? So first year apprenticeship, what was the money like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's fucking terrible. Like, it's
We could do facts and
250
figures
a
there
week.
now. We want to people will want to know.
Yeah,
much.
250 a week. I mean, I think
That was first year, was it?
you can be pretty straightforward with apprenticeship rates because everybody knows what it is, you know.
That was first year, was it?
Yeah.
250. I remember when we first left school.
It used to be
like
lower.
160 quid or something. Like, it wasn't even that. I don't think. It was like 149.
Yeah,
some,
no,
some people were getting.
like way back in the day, it was like 20 or 50 pound.
Imagine.
Yeah,
Jesus. But like that's for usually
well,
people.
50 pound wouldn't have been too bad back in the day, really.
50 punt into the back pocket and away you go down to the harp and a couple of points.
But you know yourself, like €250 a week still, it's fucking not great.
Especially with the price for everything at home and I'll get a minute.
But you
And
just have to just think bigger picture with this sort of things, especially if you're serious about it. Because 3 years down the line, you'll be on decent rate.
So what's second year again?
Or for second year, it's 350, and that's not great either.
So an extra 100 bob.
Yeah, an extra 100 bob, like.
And then third year?
Third year, yeah, it's like.
Does this vary with different companies?
Yeah, I think it varies a little bit. Obviously, some people get paid diesel money and random stuff. Oh yeah, and obviously if you work in like Intel or something like that, they pay you ridiculous money.
Serious?
They pay first years like 900 quid a week.
No way.
But my advice is if you're
I'm ringing me down now and telling them handing me fucking notes.
if you're aspiring to be an apprentice, don't go for Intel. Don't buy into the money side of things. It's way worse.
Because the money never lasts.
You don't learn anything. You're as fucking useful as a chocolate teapot by the time you get to phase 2. Like.
And how are you finding it now? Because I know you obviously my whole life, but you wanted to quit it a couple of times, didn't you?
No, I still struggle sometimes because ultimately I feel like, you know, I'm destined to become. Well, not that I'm destined, but like inside I'd love to just become this, like an impactful person, influential sort of person.
Do you want to do that through social media?
Not necessarily. I mean, social media is the swing of things these days, but I think like something like, it's pretty fucking not even worth mentioning. But like something like Love Island, that's TV. You know,
Yeah.
so obviously people say, "Oh, TV's dead now. It's social media." I don't like the whole fucking hierarchy, the ladder to fame with social media. Really.
Yeah, I think social media, it's like an apprenticeship. It is what you make of it. It is what you put into it. Like if you put in. Sorry, excuse me.
Like obviously, I can.
If you put in like genuine hard work, like I think if I stuck at what I was doing, if I kept making videos every single week, guaranteed every week, good stuff, thought about it, but you burn out fairly quick. Like I'd say you'd make 8 videos in a row, and then you need nearly a month off because it takes. People don't realize when you're creating something, it takes a lot of your brain power away from you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, John, I just remember we were making a point about something there. We were like, "Oh, how's life going generally now?"
Oh, sorry, man. We're after completely. We're not doing great at this. Like we will struggle with the format at the start of this podcast.
Ah, look, it's only the beginning. And podcasts aren't easy.
No, they aren't. No, but for starting off, the podcast,
shows.
it's going as shows, podcast.
So can you hear me on them headphones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch this back and hear what the audio Fidel Castro sounds.
It'll
like.
be crispy. Do you know what I mean?
It's
I
gonna
can
be
hear that
clever.
in my own ears. It sounds sectional.
Yeah.
So how's life going in general?
Yeah, and I was saying like compared to the first 6 months of this year in Donegal, it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
And even coming back from Donegal, it was a fucking bumpy few weeks just upon touchdown. Obviously, a few fucking situations with women as
Women.
well. Yeah,
Ben-
I'll be pretty open about things like that now because
We won't mention any names now, Ben.
I'll be pretty open about those sort of situations, those sort of circumstances, because I think it's important for, because everybody sort of gets involved with this sort of thing. It's but yeah. And at this stage now, currently, I posted on Instagram there. I was like, the price has gone up, but that's not even referring to like.
Are you still talking about women or what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, but no, I'm talking about the price going up. As in like a mentality thing. Like that's how I feel. I'm feeling pretty good these days. Like
Feeling pretty high.
Yeah.
And it's
Feeling
because
pretty
you've been
like self-esteem's high.
working pretty hard in the gym.
Yeah, training's going well. Like and I'm just getting to grips with just being single basically. Sort of way. Yeah. So that's generally how things are.
That's how you're
swinging
getting
right
now.
Yeah.
For me,
and
man,
I'm still just plotting on what step to take next because with work and all that, like I could be an electrician and make a heap of money as well like that, but I'm starting to sort of realize that like money's not everything really. I mean it's huge, like obviously it's a really important thing, but in terms of like ultimate fulfillment, with the ultimate happiness with what you're doing, it's not everything. Like
so what are you talking about, that you want to quit being an electrician?
well, just sort of hopefully like just
I think
move on from it at some stage.
No, I think whatever
But
you're
like
doing, finish it. Yeah.
way bigger picture though. I'm talking like.
Yeah, no, but I 100% believe in bigger picture. Like you're talking to the right person when you're talking about
Like I think I'll get qualified.
expanding and going doing something that you love. Like, but qualify in the meantime while building whatever it is that you want to go.
Because I'm past.
Got to multitask. People are afraid to multitask.
I'm past the dark stages of the apprenticeship where it's just like you're in the dark essentially. Like especially the whole situation that happened over the last 3 years. That kind of fucked up the system with especially the apprenticeship. And for 3 years, I was still like technically at the beginning of it. And hypothetically, the apprenticeship is supposed to last 4 years. So I was just like, man, is this ever going to end?
How long is your apprenticeship going to last now? 6 years?
I reckon another maybe 2 years, 2.5 years most max.
So what, 5?
It's not that much time.
5.5?
Sorry.
So what'll it be overall? 5.5 years?
I started in 2019. 2 years. Yeah, about 5.5, 6 years.
It's not the worst.
Nah, of course not.
I'm not. Just change the screen.
I don't feel, like as if I've been hard done by or anything.
It is what it is, man. Everything's back 2 years. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously, don't get me wrong. Like, I have a lot to thank like this field of work for. Like, not just like what I know on a practical side of things. Like, I know how to, do stuff electrically or whatever. But
Yeah.
like just the character builds in you as a person. You know what I mean? Because I think the most important thing, if you're struggling to find any sort of pursuit in life or any direction, you just need something. And this has been that thing for the last few years. Sort of way.
Everybody needs something, man. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, I'll always refer back to it. And if at some stage I do move on from it, but there's a high probability that I might not, never. I'll just be an electrician forever,
No, but sure, I don't want to drive lorries forever. I always want to be in them. I always want to be around them. But do I see myself driving them forever? No, man, I don't. I've left driving a couple of times. I wanted to go pursue selling them. Again, I'm like you. I couldn't really be told what to do. I didn't really like working for someone else. I didn't really like being under someone. I didn't. I never want to do that ever again. If I was ever going to, I still want to sell lorries and I still want to be in the motor trade as to speak. But I want to own it. I don't want to listen to anybody. I want to do my own thing. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do or think I'm doing it wrong or whatever, because I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it.
Yeah,
and
I think it's
obviously there's a bit of learning involved. I'm not saying I'm an absolute genius at it.
Something that's very much on our side is just how young we are as well. Like I'm going 22 like next month or whatever, and I can already think to myself, it's like, jeez, only 22, man.
Yeah, you're only 22, man. But I tell you now, blink and you're 26 like me.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And
yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'm sure I'll blink and I'll be 30, like, But you're young until you're fucking
You know, there's
Until you
there's
feel you're not, I suppose.
You can be young for as long as you want. You can be fucking 45 years old and go about like you're 19. People don't even question it like that anymore. You know.
So back to how am I feeling right now? How's things going? Things are going great, man. So far. Swimmingly, yes. I came back. I went to Bali and I got a new appreciation for the situation I'm in. Everything I have, people I'm surrounded by, and opportunity that I have sitting on my lap. And while I was over there, while I was over there, I just got the ultimate inspiration to, because I always him and haw about doing things on social media, and I always kind of, sometimes I hold myself back, and then sometimes I do a lot of overthinking as normal people do. Like I get overwhelmed by it sometimes, and then I back off from it. But this time it was different. It was like nothing I've ever felt before, and I was over there, and I was like, when I come home, I am upending social media. I'm doing it because I've told myself I want to do it for a long time, and
social media it's a really.
It's not even social media. I don't want to do social media. Social media is just the only medium where I can express my message. What my message is, I love cleaning cars. Love being around trucks. Love talking to interesting people. I love being around. With wheels.
I think that sort of vision of things will become a lot clearer. Like the more you pursue things like this podcast and what have you, though.
And man, it's gas. Like I started this podcast and it's got up and ground legs straight away. Obviously, because I built an audience on the other channel. But it's doing really well. Like the first episode, like I only started the YouTube channel last week, done 1,000 plays on YouTube. Like, and a lot of people think only 1,000 plays, man. That's massive. Like if you had told me 5 years ago I would have got 1,000 views on a video in a week, man, I would have blew me loud. Do you know what I mean? But
make sure this gets 50 times that though. Yeah, that's solely reliant on you.
No, it's not even that. No, it's just I just believe in myself, man. I really back myself like all the time, and I'm very lucky to be surrounded by people that do back me. You know, obviously it's the people that don't, but like 99% of people around me back me, and I back myself. And even you would have seen in the episode last week with Sienna. Sienna's got me back, and I've got her back, and people like that push it, you know, and especially Ben as well. Ben creates, and I push him all the time. I'd love to see him push his YouTube way more because you're really creative in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you have another opportunity sitting on your lap that's just sitting there. Do you know?
Yeah, but like I'll move more diligently with this. Like I don't want to jump straight into it because I think obviously, as I said, like times on my side. Oh, just jumping into like sort of like trying to smash the fucking pull the trousers off YouTube or something like that. You know, so I don't know. I just take me time. I think I still have time to sort of because I really want to. I really want to prioritize my character.
I'd call it. You need to creative climax once a month. Sounds really dirty.
Yeah, I do. You know, the sort of maybe the mistake I make is I try and do it through something like my Instagram or something like that.
Yeah, man. Instagram is hard to get your message across because you only get 10 seconds. YouTube is the. That's why I love YouTube so much. It's the best platform because you have unlimited time. As I said on YouTube, you could make a video that's 2 hours long, man. If 2 people watch it, doesn't matter. You've got your message out there.
Yeah. Anyway, did you get many questions off Instagram?
No.
Just to let you know, I got 0. So fuck
no,
yous.
I put up a couple
everybody.
And I answered them on my Instagram, and I should have just screenshot them. And people were asking like, "Oh, when's the podcast gonna be on Spotify?" Blah blah blah. It's just normal stuff, like, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just we don't need questions, me and you, to talk, don't we? Now we just
that's what I was thinking earlier. I think like because even if we got questions, if people be asking shit questions, man, I'm not gonna lie, like you need to do better. Like,
is your car fast?
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. No, I didn't really opt for that. I was opting for subjects more than questions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something topical.
Yeah, like just
something that's not even too deep. Like something that like just something mad random. Like fucking.
I tell you what, I'll ask you a question myself. I'll come up with them myself, right? If you had €1 million in the morning, what would you do? Would you go to work?
Oh man, I'd probably just. If I had €1 million, I'd let it sit there for fucking like just weeks on end and just not knowing what to do because I wouldn't want to tell anybody.
Compound interest.
Yeah. Nah, compound fucking. What's the opposite of interest? Compound distraction.
Distraction?
Well, no, because if people say
No,
you have enough entrepreneur gurus on the internet being like, if you have money sitting around,
If you saved $100 a month, you'd have $6 million by the time you're 60. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Winnett, entrepreneur, fucking bingo and all that.
Who are all these people, bro? I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I don't. Let's hope this podcast never goes in that direction, because Dad's obsessed with those entrepreneurs, and oh my god,
what's your man's name that you listen to? Is it Grant Cardone? Is that fella?
There's loads of them. There's
but he's one because he's always on about them, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's always watching it.
Yeah. But our dad's after getting real into the entrepreneurs there on YouTube, like your man Grant Cardone. You could fucking do it.
Mike Pin, I don't know. He's got like a Spanish second name. He's an old cunt. So
doesn't matter anyway. I'm not gonna listen to them. Don't listen to any of them people on the internet that tell you how to spend your money. Like,
I don't know. Well, like if you can, they could be making good points, but this is my whole thing. Like my whole issue with the algorithm. Like they have to be in your face, and they have to have fucking shit clicky thumbnails and fucking hyperbole. This fucking everything's a situation. Everything's a fucking urgent. I mean, if you've got advice, share it like diligently and fucking make sure you really want the best for people when you're doing it. You know, so
you can't be ramming it down people's throat, man. Do you know what I mean? You have to go. How are you? If you have €1 million in the morning now, what I do now myself, I head down to the local credit union. I take out a loan for $2 million.
That's such a prevalent thing.
Put yourself under a bit of pressure.
That's such a prevalent thing. Like even with like Andrew Tate and all that. It's people are just the biggest creators are people just telling you what to do all the time.
Yeah, man.
Like telling you, make your bed every morning, fucking shave your balls twice a day.
No, fuck you, man. Make your own bed.
It's just like in my opinion,
don't want to make me bed.
Apparently, people listen to this and take it on board, and like Jordan Peterson and people like that. I think.
Listen to me here, Ben.
Unless you're
if you don't make your bed in the morning.
If you're not,
sorry, that was a terrible impression.
Unless you're in like the worst possible phase that you could be in your life, just don't listen. Just don't listen to that.
No,
stuff,
man. If you're in any way vulnerable,
be yourself. Just do things the way you do things.
If you're in any way vulnerable mentally or physically or whatever, like if you just say you've had a shit week, right? Your missus has dumped you. You owe the bookies £500 or whatever. You owe you have to pay your rent. You have to do this, you do that. Don't go on social media looking for inspiration. Get yourself out there. Do the 4 a.m. walks. Who is this fella?
Here, get this fella off the screen.
Who is he?
Get him off the screen.
No,
I don't know who he is now.
But don't. If you need inspiration, get yourself outside the door. 20 reasons why I love being an electrician. Bruh. This is after gone weird. If you need yourself some inspiration, make yourself your own inspiration. Walk outside the front door there. Go for a walk at 4 o'clock in the morning, and don't come back until you feel a bit better. Honest, keep walking. Who is that gobshite in the television, man?
Jesus.
Which we do? We go for the.
Oh, you had the fucking DWIG hoodie 2 years ago.
Was that? No, that wasn't. No, that wasn't a DWIG hoodie at all. Look, is this lad? He's a unit, isn't he? He gets you in some headlock.
You're in the business.
You're the business.
What do you think? Should we get another beer on the go?
Yeah, stay there. I'm gonna see if the microphone works that way. What do you want? Budweiser.
Yeah, go on, guys.
You want Budweiser in can or bottle? Right, I'm going over to the other side of the garden, folks. Live here from DWIG Studios. Yeah, it is this far away. We might get some interruption here now. I don't know if we will or not. I get Ben something different while we're out here. Now. Right now, folks, I'm making the commute back across. I'm going to shake Ben's beer. He's not going to.
You have to do the honours for any future guests on this podcast. It's up to you to do the honours now when it comes to opening the bottles.
Me?
Like the guests.
It's up to the guests? Yeah, too right, man. What do I look like around here? Slave? Do you know what I mean?
Ian doesn't, put this much time, money and effort into these things just to,
Look at this here then.
Cater to people.
€20. I got your Heineken just because I was curious. I said I'm gonna get something different.
The podcast is about to go in an entirely different direction now.
Yeah, gonna start baiting everyone now.
Sorry, the show, man. I need to check my mirrors, man.
Don't worry about it, bro. It's grand. But this is gonna be our last segment because we're losing daylight, and we've been talking already for I don't know how long, but we've been talking for a while. But one thing I wanted to talk about with Ben.
Should we talk about some we probably touched on it earlier on. I was going to say aspirations. Have you got any clear things that you
Want to achieve?
Yeah.
Over the next year, I want to just do this more. That's it.
Yeah. Obviously, this podcast is something that you've done. You did a
I
couple of
started
solo
a couple of
ones
years ago. Yeah, I did a couple. I enjoyed the solo ones, I have to say.
Do you know what's funny, right? Obviously, you're the one, like, you're starting the podcast and you're hosting them and what have you. But you belong to be a guest on somebody's podcast. Has that opportunity rolled around?
Yeah, man, a couple of times, and I've been asked to be on one or two podcasts, and then I was asked to be on. There's a friend of mine, obviously, Dave. You know, I'll be on his one at some stage, I'd say.
Yeah, shout out to Dave Cuddy. We've never met, but I know you two are quite close, actually.
Ah, yeah, I had me and Dave sound, and we were meant to be on it, whatever. Timings and places or whatever. But I can't wait to be a guest, so I don't have to stress about it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's not as straightforward as it looks. You think about, okay, I have to get the setup, I have to get this, I have to get that, I have to get.
It's just what if conversations go cold? What if you run out of things to say? Like,
no, man, I'm lucky in that regard. I have the gift of the gab. I can keep it going. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I'll drag it out with you.
I think a few drinks really fucking helps lubricate the fucking.
It really does, man. And people might think, like. Also, by the way, I will be 100% honest here. Please drink aware. You know, if you are fond of a few beers, don't be fond of a few beers. Do you know what I mean? Have them every weekend or whatever. You know, drink responsibly and all that. Carry on or whatever.
Don't drink ever.
Yeah, don't drink ever. It's not good for you. It's bad for you.
What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? No.
You think you watch us drink, and you think that?
Am I influencing you right now? Well, I'm going to send an invoice to Cars straight away. Now, we would actually be drinking Guinness here if I actually remember to go get it, but I fell asleep when I came home because I started work. Bro, this is my 7th day working. Do you know that?
7th day. I don't know life like that.
Nah, bro, you don't. Ben's a bit of a softie when it comes to a bit of work. Ben likes doing his 39 hours.
Yeah. I like to dress up and play electrician every once in a while.
Yeah, he puts on the Snickers, the DWIG hoodie, and he doesn't really do it. Are you actually an electrician?
Let's be real, right? Work. You expect me to do work? Do you know
with this face?
I'm only 22. I need to find I need a soul search.
Yeah, I need to travel around Southeast Asia on mommy and daddy's money. Like, you know, like do you think I've not other things to do?
Guys, I need to find myself.
I need to find myself spiritually, mentally, sexually. What was this talking about?
You were saying.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. What? Yeah, having a couple of drinks. As a very interesting dynamic.
You were saying how you've made an effort to start checking your mirrors and use your indicator.
Checking me blind spot. Oh yeah, I just want to. Oh yeah, what do I want to do? What's your 5-year plan?
5-year plan.
It doesn't even have to be. You could be making it up.
Plan. Well, I don't. A plan.
I want to punch donkeys for a living. Do you know what I mean? No,
I'm just gonna rest on my laurels a little bit. I'm just assuming things are gonna work out all right.
Like, Ben's a power. What? Seamus Haney, is it?
I'm just assuming things will turn out all right.
Yeah, just hoping for the best. Is that it?
Enjoying myself. Do you know that's the 5-year plan.
Jesus, Ben.
Enjoy yourself.
You do a first map enjoying yourself. Do you know what I noticed about you, Ben? Right? Everyone else won't have a clue. You don't really go away on many holidays. You need to go away on a few more holidays. Especially at your age.
Yeah. I have a holiday booked for next month.
When are you and Shane going away again?
Yeah.
We need to.
I think, yeah.
We went to London a couple of years ago, savage crack.
Brazil's on the cards.
Brazil?
Boys podcast.
Brazil? Oh, yeah. The three of us.
What's that? What's your man? Like, they have a name for the Jesus crucifixion thing in Rio.
Fuck, I know exactly what you're talking about.
A podcast coming from that
Machu Picchu
specific location.
Who's Machu?
I don't know, but we should probably hire him instead of producer Portleash over here.
Our producer man, he's useless. Look, he's beyond there now in the Swan. Stop.
You have to be doing something very wrong in the past life to be named Portlaoise, don't you?
Who came up with that name, man? There's not even a part in Portlaoise. You know what I mean? Like, there's not even a fucking... I don't even doubt there's even a river that goes through Portlaoise, is there?
My geography isn't fantastic, but is that not like...
It's the middle of the road, like, it's literally, smack bang in the middle, That's where Dave Cooley's from. Well, he's not from Portlaoise, but...
People had a sense of humour back in the day, probably.
I'd say they were all pissed. There must have been a part there at the time.
This is the last place you put a port, so let's call the place Portlaoise.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Fucking stupid, like. They should have, in fairness, they should have called Drogheda Portlaoise. Drogheda's a stupid name. Drogheda.
Well, it's just, it makes no sense.
Going round dirty.
Why do you put them consonants and vowels beside each other? It never made sense to me.
I don't know. So I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to be slagging Drogheda.
Drogheda's being gentrified though. Should we talk about that?
What do you mean,
what's
gentrified, man?
Basically, it's turned into Dublin.
Turn into Dublin? No, it's not, man. Drogheda is the clickiest town I've ever been to in my entire life, man.
You should see though, because I'm an electrician and I know everything.
Qualified as that.
No, but the population of Drogheda is probably the fastest growing. Like, so
that's what you think, man. But then you should go down to Navan and see Navan.
Yeah,
I think they're lying. I think it's just the Drogheda Leader newspaper just spreading joy.
What people from Navan on this that are watching this podcast? What's going on? Like, what's the story with Navan? Everything good over there?
Navan's a mad spot too, man.
Yeah,
nothing makes sense in Navan.
No,
up isn't up.
Should we do a live podcast that people can go and see over there?
In Navan?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
At one stage...
the exclusive one, only in Navan, just because you brought it up on
only
the podcast.
No, I want to get this podcast to a stage where I can have live shows and have people at. That's the goal now for the next year or two, is to build on that.
I think, John, this is the thought I was actually having there during the week, is that...
Bro, your legs look lovely. You shaving your legs?
No. No.
They are smooth. They are smooth as a point against.
The plan was to get
the pub in Slane. I can't remember the name of it.
The plan was to get a bit of colour, obviously, with the nice weather. But I wear Snickers all day, so there's not much, sunlight getting on them legs. Is it, John? They're actually in bits, to be fair.
There wouldn't be a woman around lucky enough to have you. Do you get all them like spotty things on your legs when you shave your legs?
No, I just use the fucking trimmer. I don't use the fucking...
Oh, so she's only trimmed down?
Yeah, like, if you fucking gave me legs a nice rub, you'd feel it out.
If I shave my legs, they look like 2 lollipop sticks.
But that'll motivate you in the gym, guys. If you didn't know, Ian's getting hench.
Oh yeah, man. We spent ages talking shite, man. We should have talked about the gym because it's something we actually know about. Well, you know about. So, I got this mad head kick. Well, I actually didn't get the mad head kick. I got the head kick before I went to Bali because, I was sick of looking in the mirror and feeling like fucking shite, to be honest with you. That was the moral of the story. And
somebody play a violin there in the comments there.
Very
sad turn.
Everyone that's looking at me go, "What you mean, man? You're fucking skinny as a whistle or whatever. You're grand." No, man. I started getting trucker nips. I started getting love handles. I did. And I got this Jeremy Clarkson belly that had no business being on my body. Do you know what I mean? Like it was like a football. It was like I was pregnant constantly. Do you know what that was, bro? It was white bread, bro. Found that out.
Yeah.
White bread bloats to show you, yeah.
Yeah, it's just loaded with sugar, I'm pretty sure. White bread.
Yeah, man, whatever.
Just eating sugar in general will do that to you.
I blame Sienna. She does the shopping online and does the whole time.
I can't relate because I'm fucking impeccable with what I eat, yeah.
Yeah, Ben's body is a temple.
I can't relate, John. I'm just the most unrelatable person, just in everyday conversations, because I don't eat fucking chicken fillet rolls. That's why.
Ben is the vaguest person ever.
Vague? What do you mean?
Oh, no, sorry, not vague.
Like
unique.
Bland? Weak? You're kind of weak.
I bench press 110. I bench press 100 and Ben. No, so I got a hell kick, and I got it before. Did you see? Did I show you the videos of me in here now? I've got what you can't see behind the camera is there's a mattress there, right? That doesn't belong to me anymore. And there's weights behind it, and we bought weights here ages ago, and it was the first day of like the hot weather over here, and I was sweating my tits out, and I was like, I need to get back into shape, and I did. And bro, I lost a stone and a half.
Really? Yeah.
since I went on holidays. Like,
Oh yeah, you're saying.
and I'm not out to lose weight. I'm out to gain muscle. Like.
Bally's just one big steam room, like.
That too, and the poodles be falling out of you quicker than if you threw a fucking stone out of the sky. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not good. That's why I called the last podcast Belly, because I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like nos out of me, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, we kept getting sidetracked, and I'm not gonna say what I nearly did. We'd like to thank you all for listening. Me and Ben could talk for hours about so many different topics, and today we didn't have any specific topic. We just turned on the camera and just started rolling with it.
We only lightly delved into some topics, so
Ben,
you have to make sure you get me on very frequently. Yeah,
Ben. That's what I was only saying to him just off camera there. Ben's going to be a frequent guest as well. Oh, there's Daisy. Daisy, hello.
We should just sort of sidetrack this show, and
how are you?
Have our own one.
So Ben is going to be on the podcast a bit more frequently as well. But
we should just have our own show, though.
Our own show?
Yeah.
We will.
What if the podcast was just me and you, and then there was the guest? I think that'd be good.
That would be good. Who are we going to get on? Andrew Tate, first guest.
Fuck you, Andrew Tate.
Yeah. But, so anyway.
Muppet.
Oh, she just knocked over the camera. Look, she's saying hello to Ben. Hello, Ben. So anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. I'd like to thank Ben for coming on the podcast. He will be coming on fairly regular. You're going to see him fairly often. If you haven't already, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Comment on his last video. And say, comment
just
on
keep that in mind, but make sure you subscribe. I'm only at 10k, you know.
Yeah, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Good luck.
Yeah, best of luck, everybody.
Yeah, did you enjoy that?
Thanks for watching this. Yeah, that was good.
Right, lads, good luck. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, have a good one.